We're going to talk about the 5 important steps to purchasing a home coming up.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to an all-new edition of the Sunday Night Sit-Down with America's #1 money couple. I'm Talent.
And I'm Ty, and we're from hisandhermoney.com, where we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
The Sunday Night Sit-Down is being brought to you by our friends at Policy Genius. Policy Genius is the place for you to go if you are in the hunt for insurance. They have an awesome tool for you that's totally free, where you can just input your information and get instant quotes from various different insurance providers to help you make an informed decision. All you have to do is go to hisandhermoney.com/policygenius. And of course, we'll put the link below in the description box. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest purchase of your life is a home. And right now, we know that a lot of you guys are looking and you're on the hunt. And you're just excited, bubbling with joy at the potential of purchasing a new home for yourself and for your family. And we are excited for you. But we also, being the financial educators that we are and loving our community so much, we wanted to give you guys some advice, some wisdom, and some steps that you need to take along the way in this process so that at the end of this journey, your house will be a blessing for you and not a burden.
So get your pen and paper ready. You want to make sure that you take notes, because each one of these steps that we're going to present to you guys, we personally took into consideration while purchasing our home. And so we highly recommend anybody that is in the process of buying a home, or you're looking to purchase a home, maybe not right now, but in the future, you want to make sure that you listen very, very closely to this video and apply each one of these steps in your home buying process. Now, we share with you guys in our video how we sold our home in just 8 days. You guys want to make sure that you check that out as well too. If you are someone that is currently looking to put your home on the market, or you're looking to possibly sell your home first before purchasing, you want to make sure that you check out that video as well, because we gave a lot of jewels, a lot of great tips there that can help you sell your home as well too. So let's get started. Number 1 is making sure that you choose the right agent. We cannot stress this enough. Now, we know, because we personally have real estate agents that we know personally that are good family members or family friends and things like that. You want to make sure that you take that out of consideration. Now, it's okay to go with the family member or go with the friend if you know that they're highly qualified and they're a great agent. Now, one thing that you want to make sure, having a great agent does not necessarily mean that it'll be the right agent for you. Not all agents are comfortable with, nor do they know a lot of information when it comes to the specific location that you're looking to purchase your home. So we learned this the hard way. When we purchased our first home, we thought because we purchased our home in this particular city that our children would go to this desired school district that we wanted our children to go to in the future when we decided to have children. But little did we know, and our real estate agent did not know as well, but after we purchased our home, we found out that our children would actually be going to a terrible school district. Oh my gosh, we were like totally blindsided by this. So now looking forward, when we purchased our home currently, and believe it or not, it's in the same city that we purchased our first home in, but it's in the desired school district. It's so important you make sure that your agent is very well qualified and very knowledgeable in the specific location that you are looking to purchase your home. That is a must.
The next step to a successful home purchase is having patience. Listen, this is not something that you can rush into. You're gonna need to see multiple homes, and you're gonna have to have some patience. Don't fall in love with the very first place that you walk into because you have this sense of, oh, if I don't get it now, somebody else will get it. Somebody else might get it. That's true, but maybe that's just not the house for you, because if you go into this with a high emotional state, you're gonna make the wrong purchase. When you're making a purchase of this magnitude, it's always better to exercise patience, because the right home for you is going to be had by you. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you need to make a rash decision because you might lose the home of your dreams. You need to take emotion out, and you need to let patience settle in so that you can make wise, informed decisions.
Yes, and if I can give you any bit of advice in regards to patience, and guys, again, we are talking from personal experience. Make sure that you do not put any type of condemnation or guilt on yourself as if maybe you're wasting your realtor's time. Okay, so for an example, when we were looking to purchase this particular home, we were, of course, going around looking at different houses and things like that. And probably about the third or fourth house, I remember walking out of that house and I knew that home was not for us. And I remember our agent said, okay, now guys, we're going to have to make some decisions here. Either you're going to increase the sale amount or your purchase amount for the homes that you're looking for, or we possibly may need to look in a different area. Right then and there, I immediately start to kind of feel, not clammy, but I immediately start to feel the pressure. And when I got in my car, I told my husband, I said, let me tell you, no one, and I mean no one, not even my agent, will make me feel pressured into buying a home that I know is not the right home for us. We will take our time. Like you said, this is one of the largest investments that we will make in our lifetime. And so I knew that this process, I wanted to be absolutely sure. I want to pray about it. We also want to talk about it. I didn't want to just make a decision simply because, oh my goodness, my agent right now, this is about the third or fourth house that she showed me, and am I wasting her time? If you need to switch agents, by all means, switch agents. You know what I mean? Seriously, guys, and I mean that. Do not feel rushed because you're like, oh man, I've been actually looking for a home for 5 months and I haven't really found the one. You know, sometimes there's no time. There's no time factor. You want to take your time. As a matter of fact, you may find something not even this year. You may find something next year. So take your time and purchase right.
The third step is be careful with the purchase amount that you're shopping with. When you go sit down with a bank and you say, hey, I'm looking for a home, they're going to spit out an amount based on all of your credentials. But guess what? That's usually not the amount that you should go with. Matter of fact, when they shot us the number for us, we was like,
we don't want that amount.
No. And we ended up purchasing a home for much, much less than what we were quote unquote approved or qualified to buy. Why? Because we took a look at our situation, because the bank doesn't know all of the factors of your monthly situation. They just know your income and some of your expenses. They don't know that you want to give your kid piano lessons, or that you have private school tuition, or that you give to your church, or that you give to charity. They don't factor all those things into the amount that they give you. So they give you that number, you go shop with that number, you buy with that number, and then you find out you don't have the money that you need to do the things that you really want, because you took the bank's word over your own word. What I mean by that is, take a look at your monthly budget. That's where you start in figuring out how much house you can afford. It's looking at how much you're spending in expenses right now. Are you currently paying rent? Or if you're in a home right now and you have a mortgage and you're shopping for a new home, look at that number. That should be your starting base. How much could you afford a month to pay for not just your mortgage, but you got to consider property taxes, you got to consider homeowner insurance, and if you're shopping for, say, a condo or a townhouse, you have to consider association dues in your monthly payment. So you take all those numbers and you come up with a comfortable monthly number, and then you project that out to figure out how much home you should actually be shopping for.
Yeah, and I also want to touch on this a little bit, because I know that we're probably going to get some questions, and you guys are probably going to ask, okay, what percentage of my income should I be looking to spend on a home? Now, we've heard many people say between 20 and 25%, some even as high as 26, 27%. We personally don't like to give out a percentage, simply for the reason, as my husband mentioned, sometimes when you give out the specific percentage, we don't know your future. Like you said, you may be looking to put your child through private school. Maybe you have to pay for college tuition coming up. There's so many different factors that you want to make sure that you sit down, lay all your cards on the table, and if you're married, sit down with your spouse. We do preach this. Make sure that you're living off of one income. We do not believe in purchasing a home based off two salaries. So in the event my husband, he's working, I'm bringing home a salary, he's bringing home a salary, we're not going to go and shop for a home based off both our salaries. No, we went to the bank and we said we want to base it off of just one particular person's salary. Now that's up to you on who you want to choose. Maybe you want to choose the person that's bringing home the most to live off on. Maybe you want to choose the person that's making the least to live off on. But make sure that you are not in that two income trap. We actually have a video here on our channel that goes into detail a little bit further about beware of the two income trap. So you definitely want to check that out. We highly recommend that video, especially to all of our married couples out there, or even couples that are looking to get married. You want to be aware of the two income trap. Now, number 4, this kind of ties back into a little bit on what I mentioned on number 1. It's all about location. Location, location, location. Let me tell you guys that again. Location, location, location. Extremely important. The same example that I gave you guys in the first step, how we purchased our home in the very same city that we're living in currently right now, but it was on the opposite side, on where the school districts were a little bit crappy and things like that. So you want to make sure that you dig deep into your location. One way that you can do this is you can look on Facebook. There are a lot of community area groups that you can sign up for or that you can request to join. And some of them may even be open. Now, the requirements is that you must live in this particular area. So if you know maybe a family member or friend that lives in this specific area, hey, have them join that group for you on Facebook. If you join that group, let me tell you all, you will get to learn a lot about your community. You'll get to see if there's any thefts going on, if there's any positive things going on, if there are any block clubs and all different kind of things. You can kind of get a feel of your community by looking in specific groups on Facebook just to kind of see. Also, too, another way to dive in and look further into your location is also drive around. That's so important. We drove around when we were looking for homes, and let me tell you, that was one of the requirements that our agent gave us before she showed us any homes, that we must have done a drive-through personally ourselves before she took us in. Because sometimes when you're driving around this particular area, the pictures look so much better, so much prettier on computer or online, right? When you drive around that particular area, you see that maybe there's a train track behind the home.
Like that literally happened.
Yeah, they did. That literally happened. We went to go see a house. We were like, no, it was an expressway. I mean, a very busy expressway.
And one with a train.
Yeah, right behind
that didn't show
our home.
up when we were looking at Realtor.com.
No, it did not. So you want to make sure that you drive around your area at night as well as in the daytime. You also want to make sure that you pull crime reports. A lot of this information can be given to you right from the local police stations. Yes, there are also different websites online that you can go to as well too, to kind of look at like the crime reports in your area, to look at where your schools rank in that area and things like that. What's the average medium income in that area? There's so many different factors that go into every location. A lot of this stuff can be found online, so you want to make sure that you choose the right location.
The last thing that you want to look into when you're purchasing your home is the potential of the home. Listen, we can speak to this by experience as well. The house that we're in right now looks
ugly.
Nothing like it did when we came for the visit. It was hideous.
Hideous.
It was hideous.
Hideous.
Say that again.
Hideous.
It was ugly.
It was really, really bad.
It was oogly.
It was.
Okay? Because they just didn't have any type of decorating sense.
It was bad.
And we were able to see the potential.
Yes.
What do we mean by that? Structurally, the home was beautiful. They just had some ugly paint and ugly wallpaper and ugly kitchen cabinets, and it just wasn't appealing to the naked eye. But we were able to see the potential in the home because structurally the home was beautiful. It was spacious. It had the amount of rooms that we wanted. It had the backyard that we wanted. It was in the neighborhood that we wanted. It was just ugly, but all the ugliness was just cosmetic and surface and could be fixed.
Yeah.
And so if you come in looking for the home of your dreams already in place, you would have missed out on such a beautiful gem. And I think that's what happened. Thank you, Lord. By the grace of God, I'm sure plenty of people came in this home and saw it and walked right out like, this place is terrible, because they weren't able to see in the potential that this home had. But we were, and that's what you need to do, because you know what? Those are the homes where you're going to find the best deals, because people are walking away from them left and right because they're ugly and they smell bad. Well, guess what? You can paint a house and you can get rid of smells, and you can make it to your taste, and you can save a lot of money because ain't nobody else trying to put in an offer for it.
That's so true. That's so true. And you know what? I like to say, a designer. I'm not a designer like some of these other people that I love to watch here on YouTube and things like that, but I love design shows. Like I love HGTV and things like that. So I know potential. I know that when I come into a space, I can kind of visualize and kind of see, okay, this can really turn into something. So when I came to look at the home with our agent and my mother at the time, I will never forget, as we were going through each room, and when I tell you it was bad, the carpet was very badly damaged, and it was just bad. It just looked like the people that lived here did not necessarily take care of the home the right way. I didn't say much as I was going through the rooms, and my mother and the agent was like, Ty, this could be changed, that could be changed. And I knew that. I didn't say anything because I knew, like, this was it. Like, I knew that this was our home. I was not bothered by the way that it looked. Now, some people, they have to move into a move-in ready home, and things like that. But for most, we will highly suggest that you're probably going to find some of the best bang for your buck by looking at some of the ugly homes, or some of the homes that maybe the homeowner, they don't have enough money to put into the home to paint and things like that. Maybe somebody lost their job or something like this. So you kind of have to just be open-minded when it comes to that. People have different situations that are going on in their life, and sometimes they don't have enough money to invest in the home the way that they want to upkeep it properly. But don't let that be a big turnoff to you. Potential is everything, and thank God we were able to find a gym, and we love our home. Our children love our home. If you guys see any of our videos here on the channel, I've showed you guys pretty much probably every space in the home except our basement, and that'll be coming soon. But we love our home, and we were able to paint. We were able to choose wall color and flooring and things like that and put our own touches on it, and we absolutely love it.
We hope you guys took notes because this is a serious purchase that you are about to make. So we want to make sure that we did our job to equip you and educate you on all the important factors that you need to consider.
So guys, we would love to hear from you. We just gave you guys 5 steps that we took while looking for a home. There's so many other steps out there and tips out there that I'm sure that our community would love to share. And maybe there was mistakes that were made that maybe someone would like to share with everyone else so that you don't make the same mistakes. Leave a comment in the comment section below so everyone can hear from you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, check us out over at our website at hisandhermoney.com and meet us back here next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
And don't forget, we are also the host of the His and Her Money Show, our awesome and highly rated podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or Google Play. Wherever you need us, we're right there. Well, guys, that's it for this week. Until next time, peace.
Bye.